Hey everybody. Okay. Um, Disability portrayal on TV. Um, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while because I think I've mentioned before I'm born with cerebral palsy, called CP. Um, I am all about inclusion and the uh, the right portrayal of differences in the media. Um, okay, I have to give TV shows credit because they do portray disabilities in their characters and on shows now. But growing up, um, the characters with disabilities were marginalized at best and hidden in the background or the main character's brother or friend or whatever relationship. Okay, like for example, the reason why I focus on disabilities and not just one is because okay, um, life goes on. I think it was for 3 or 4 years. Kelly Martin was the main character, and Kelly Martin went on to do a lot of different TV movies and stuff. And she was on ER for a little bit, and now she does Hallmark movies mostly, but she's done a lot. Um, okay, so her brother, I don't know her brother's name on the show, but her brother, the actor's name is Chris Burke. He's a well-known actor. He's played in a lot of stuff, and he has Down syndrome. And so his characters always have Down syndrome or some kind of difference. But okay, in this show that I'm talking about, he was the brother to her. So his storylines weren't front and center. It was, oh, well, here's my family, and oh, yeah, my brother happens to have Down syndrome. Um, which I guess in a way is good because I mean, I have CP, but CP is not me. CP does not define me. It's a piece of my existence. Um, okay. Another example is, um, well, definitely The Good Doctor on ABC. It's been on for 6 years. I started watching it from episode 1, and I haven't stopped watching it pretty much at all. I mean, yeah, there's been some good and bad things, but yeah. Um, the reason why I love it, and I always have, is because I knew early on it was going to be about an autistic man in his journey and like his whole journey, and you see what happens. Okay, so Sean, okay, it's played by the star of the show is Freddie Highmore, and he played in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and other stuff too. Um, but he's the main character star, and he's also a producer of the show. So his hands are really involved. Um, okay, and then so he starts out and normal autistic portrayal kind of is really smart, really perceptive, but socially awkward. That's the norm. Okay, so you go, okay, it's gonna go down the normal road, you know. Um, and it did for a little bit because the first episode, he comes from somewhere else to San Jose Hospital, and the people, the heads of the boards have to basically vet for him to become a doctor. And the reason he becomes a doctor is because, or how he's allowed to become a doctor is because he was in the airport and the glass sign shatters. And just so happened to be a little boy is underneath the sign. So when it crashes like directly into him and creates him and gives him injuries from the glass and everything else. And if Sean wasn't there with his photographic memory of the human body, then that boy wouldn't have survived or something like that. Like they make it seem like it's really a severe injury. So then what happens is he saves the boy's life. He gets all this press coverage, and the doctors at the hospital see the press coverage and say, "Oh my God!" So then, yes, he gets to become a doctor. Okay, fast forward into a couple years into it, year 2 or 3. Um, Year 2, he started dating, but he was awkward and he didn't know how to ask someone out, that kind of thing. And um, you kind of know if you're perceptive when you watch TV that his character and the character of Leah, his next door neighbor, was going to be Endgame, but her name, the actress's name is Paige Spara, Spara. Um, so anyway, so they become friends and whatever, and the relationship builds, but it takes years for the relationship to build. So, they give them a relationship, which is normal behavior, but for someone with disabilities, it's not like it's a triumph that they gave him like a real life with real life problems and didn't just pat him on the head and say, "Oh, good, boy, whatever," and go on your merry way. Okay, so um, so then they got married a couple years ago in the show, and now they just started the 6th season. They always take a winter break, so after the winter break, they just started showing new episodes last week or Monday, and yeah, and so now they're gonna have a baby. She's pregnant, and they're gonna have a baby. So yeah, it's a normal progression of life. So this is huge because we haven't never seen a full circle beginning a relationship, you get married, have a baby, all that stuff. You don't see it because, like I said before, um, we had portrayals in the media, but it was always the other one, the one with the problem. Um, for example, okay, this is a movie, but it's the same concept. Um, well, actually, I can think of 2 examples right off the top of my head because it's dealing with the same thing, autism. And, okay, so there's Rain Man with Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman. Dustin Hoffman plays the one with autism, but the autism is he's really good at math and stuff, but he doesn't know. They wrote it like he doesn't know how to take care of himself, so he can't deal with daily life stuff. Okay, so that's how they wrote that. Another one is man, I had it. The autism. Okay. Rayman. Oh, and the other sister. They even put it in the name. Now, it's not known exactly what her disability difference is, but I mean, you can tell that she has some sort of mental disability. Like, she's a little bit slower to pick things up, or the character. The main characters are, or the main actors are, Juliette Lewis and Giovanni Ribisi, Ribisi, and then Diane Keaton plays the mother. Okay, the reason why I say it's a typical role is because the mother, Diane Keaton's character, is played like um, domineering, controlling. How are you going to handle life? Oh my God. That kind of thing. And the father is just like, he just tries to be supportive and yeah. So then there's that, but they get married, but I mean, okay, they get married, but the mother, Diane's Keaton character is like so anti, I don't know, anti everything. It seems like it's protective thing, which is a normal parental thing. I get it. Okay. But this is overbearingly protective. Like, she's scared for her daughter to do anything. It's beyond being scared to get hurt and being scared for her to not manage. It's just scared of everything. So, um, the reason why I couldn't come up with the other sister right away is because I figured, like, they didn't play the character like totally autistic, but I kind of figured that it was like tending toward autism. But like I said, the disability is not really named, which is not the point. But the point is, like, even the movie title skews, and then unless you can watch it and just go, oh, okay, you kind of wonder, okay, why is she the other sister? What's so other about her? That kind of thing, you know? Um, so yeah, those are three small examples of how they minimize or marginalize characters with disabilities up until The Good Doctor, and now they're doing more disability stuff, but most of my life I haven't seen that kind of portrayal on TV or even ads for that matter, because now it's normalized to see a kid in a wheelchair on the Target ad for the week or something, or in commercials. It wasn't that way for a long time. Trust me. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to applaud the shows now and how they do advertising now. But like they always say, we've come a long way, but we've got a long way to go. So, okay, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, and thanks for the views again.